So I have almost all of my dimensions. We haven't touched the integrator yet. You said we would be doing that later, but I would like to see my final dimension now. How do I get that in there?
So the customer dimension, right? So we want to also upload data, and in the background, the integrator is being used. First, we need a new dimension. The last one we need, the customer dimension. And we saw how to type elements manually. We used the time editor to create something from an internal system object. We copy and paste, and now we are going to upload data from a file. And on the dimension itself, I can do a right mouse click.
Can we look at the data first?
Sure, yeah. Let's take a look here. So we have the customer dimension information. It's organized in the same way you gave me the product dimension. So we have parent, child, weight. And this time you have even two additional attributes, the telephone and the salesperson. And as more attributes you get, as more you have to type in when you use copy and paste. So what I would like to do is I would like to create everything with one upload step. So we have a column with parent, the column with child, weight. So this is the environment we need. And another thing I would like to mention, the Excel file we are going to connect to. The name of the Excel file is independent, so we don't care. Even the sheet name we don't care. But if you use a sheet name that will match the name of our dimension, the system is smart and it can identify the correct sheet then during upload. So when we go here, we use upload file.
So that was a right click on
correct.
customer?
So you do a right mouse, hit upload file, and now we are going to search on our local system for this particular file. So it's predefined here, so it's my scenario sources file you gave me. We open this. It identifies based on the extension that it's an Excel file. You hit next, and now you see I get immediately preview of the data, all customers, East, so the hierarchy here, and the given range here, it's a guess, definitely it's a guess. The system tries to take the dimension name, puts the dimension name into the range name, and if the range is equal to the sheet name, the system immediately knows from the Excel sheet this is the source. Sure, you can change it at any time to another specific range name, then you have to refresh, and then you get the data from another range, from another sheet.
Okay.
You see some of the columns are bold. This means they are already mapped to specific columns in the sheet we are connected to. So the system identifies based on the naming that this must be the parent column, and then the next one is the child column, and this is the weight column, the factor. But telephone and salespersons are not bold black, so they are currently not in use. And when I hit this little arrow here, you see I can ignore them. I can also assign parent, but it would not make sense here. But as you mentioned, attributes. So we want to have this as an attribute, and the system can immediately create this for us. And with the salesperson, I do the same. Actually, I don't want to put it into the new created telephone attribute. I want to create really an attribute salesperson.
Okay, that looks easy enough. And with that create attribute, that wouldn't be applicable here. But would the internationalization make sense here? Let's say if there's a different salesperson for something in, let's say, another country, would that also be something that the system could take into account?
Sure, and in this case you would create telephone with the @ symbol behind. So I can create this here as a sample. So I have salesperson, for example, and then I have @ and then I have the DE, for example, for the German translation. So this column definition, and you can read more about this definition in the knowledge base at jedox.com. And here you can also put internationalized information directly into your source system, and based on this @ symbol combination, the system would be smart and would store the information to the right attribute.
Okay. And so are we ready to hit next?
Right, when you go next, we want to add this to our root, the complete hierarchy, and we hit next. And we don't want to create an integrator project. We want to run it once. And there we go. So the entire Excel file will be uploaded to the dimensions. So when we have, based on your definition in the file, we have a parallel hierarchy. And we also find our attribute for telephone and for salesperson.
Okay, that's great. One thing, I don't like that in my second hierarchy that this tilde is there. Can I move it towards the bottom?
Sure. So you can highlight. Let me move this up, and it's much easier to see. So you can highlight the element at this position, and then you go to the right side, to the very right side, and you have these arrow keys here. And now you can change the technical order, so you can move it downwards. And then it looks much easier. It's also for navigation later in your reports.
Okay. Yeah, that was very comfortable. Just uploading my file, that went very quickly, and now I have all the dimensions I need for my cube.
Yeah, this is the next lesson then.